So warm welcome. I'm very honored to have you, and I'm very excited and just beautiful that you will spend some time and reflect on that the book is happening. It's still just like this, but it's getting there very, very soon. So if you can start with introducing who you are and where you are in the world, maybe how we met in somehow, why you're here, kind of, and your first peek into that this is happening, your reflection. We can do that first.
Should I start?
Maybe.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of your dream. My name is Sara Maria Juliudóttir, and I am located in Reykjavik, Iceland. What am I? I'm a yoga teacher and a life coach. Is that the word we use in English for what we do? So I got to know Matilda through her school, Evolvia, where I learned to be a life coach. And so I'm doing that today. It really impacted my life. And my reaction with the book, it was very subtle because I didn't expect anything. And it could have been anything. It could have been very sexual, very sensual, or very emotional. So, and it was deep and vulnerable. That's what I felt from the chapter I read. So it was surprisingly vulnerable, maybe touching. Yeah. So that's me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, and we will hear more from you. Yes. Aaron, please.
Well, thank you for inviting me to this beautiful session. My name is Aaron. I'm Ólafur Aron Sveinsson. My full name. I'm from Iceland and located in Iceland. I am a trained massage therapist. I've been working as a massage therapist for about 12 years. And I'm now transitioning into life coaching. And thanks to you, I am learning life coaching right now in your school, your beautiful school, Evolvia, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm also I'm a big fan of self-expression and art and poetry, and I for example, I write poetry myself, and I'm very interested in and involved in the arts, or I try to be. So I have a nose for that, you know, and I'm intrigued by your vision for the book and your style already. When I read the book, I immediately started connecting with my own sort of vulnerable rhythms, if you will, because it's like you reflect on the feelings in a way that, oh, I can see my own rhythms in a way, because it's so human and so open and so vulnerable and direct. So it touched me in a way. And it was nice, you know, because this kind of rawness is rare, I think. So I really appreciated it. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you for your description, and thank you for how you receive. Just very touching, beautiful. So this is the intro, so we will complete now and we will talk some more. So how beautiful. So we are going to keep sharing around, your reflections about the book as a whole, or the language, Aaron, or, how it's written, or the chapter number 14, hard feelings. There's several points there. So where should we start? Well, I'm interested in in what your reflections are on about the language, because it was not planned, you know, it has evolved into something. And it would be interesting to hear your reflection on that, since you're into poetry. And yeah.
Well, it was very nice how that chapter started, or very interesting. We call the chapter Hard Feelings, and you start writing about your reflections on your inner rhythms, your emotional rhythms. And that's what was very interesting, that moved in the way that you allowed yourself to communicate those difficult feelings, maybe that everybody is familiar with to some degree. And the sort of allowance for them to exist, and I would say, like, dancing around them in a way that you don't necessarily need to identify with your feelings in order to feel them, allow them to be a part of yourself. That was nice reflection. And then how it sort of progressed into moving into almost like what I got from is always like the rhythms of difficult feelings can move into the rhythms of pleasure. That's the sense that I got from the chapter.
Wow.
It was very interesting. So yeah, it came through to me in that way. And the way it transitioned in the end of the chapter. It was not a long chapter, but it was an interesting transition there. Yeah. So, yeah.
Beautiful. I hear the possibility of kind of holding the hard feelings separate from yourself in a way. That's one thing we're talking about. It's like owning them in a way separate, instead of like it's me who are like feeling like this separate. Yeah, the whole book is, it's like the longing is to share how to get into love and how to be able to merge again after, you know, because we have all these crazy strong hard feelings, so how to kind of live through that. That's like the aim in a way, to describe what anything I have that I can give away, you know, in that sense.
So it's like you mentioned a little bit, quite a bit about scarcity. And then like and it's like moving from scarcity into fulfillment.
Yeah.
Through the body. Is it something, you know?
Yeah, and, it's pretty extraordinary, that scarcity, that being scared and you know, being fulfilled in a way can exist at the same time.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Sara, you want to come in and reflect on some part?
Yeah, I'm just you mentioned wanting to blame other people for the hard feelings, and it's such a beautiful and necessary aspect to have always, to because always everywhere people are going to trigger us. And I just came out of a yoga teacher weekend with almost 30 people, and people trigger each other back and forth, and to identify to own your triggers, and to see it that it is within yourself, each trigger that you experience. So it was beautiful to read this confession of wanting to blame others, that this humanness comes into us, wanting to blame others. Oh, he is so much like this, and this person is so inconsiderate, and owning it, that it's always within you. And it's so powerful to own my triggers, to always know that someone triggered me, someone showed me something within myself. So that's what I really noticed, this humanness of awakening from wanting to blame anyone for anything.
Yeah, and just acknowledging that
Yeah.
blaming, everyone is blaming. It's like our automatic, you hurt me, don't do that, you're hurting me, I don't want that, you're hurting me. And that is like why we're living together. That's like
Uh-huh.
something good in a way,
But
but it's really uncomfortable and I don't want it while it's happening.
yeah, and I think it's normal, and not, when people blame others, I'm not like it's so normal because we're brought up with it. It's like we're brought up with, it's very healthy to drink a lot of milk and eat a lot of cheese and bread, and we're brought up with it, so it's normal for us, before we know better, to think that it's truth.
Mm.
and and it's normal for us to think that it's truth, that this person made me, hurt me, and this person is responsible of everything. And so I think it's when people are triggered, because now I've been living in the realm for a few years of, all the triggers are mine,
Mm.
no one, it's no one's fault. And it's so empowering. It gives me so much power to own it,
Mm.
that if I am triggered, to be able to go within myself.
Mm.
It's not someone else that can go and change them, and I can change them, and it's a chaos and all that.
But also, the triggers are like access points, so in a way, to be triggered is something to welcome, if you like.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
oh, there's a wound, or there is something, I'm really sensitive right there, so that's also like really cool,
Yeah, it is. And knowing that our triggers are a growing point, a wound. So, and then you talk about publishing the book or not, the fear of being judged.
Mm.
And so that's so beautiful, and that's the answer, being triggered into that, being judged by what you're doing, being seen for this, being ridiculed, or whatever feelings you have of stepping into that wound.
Mm.
um, and then we have the entry of growth into your expansion.
Mm. Mm.
That's what I see there.
Yeah,
And you have the answer, of course, you have to do it.
well, I still could like stop it, it's really
Yeah.
possible, I could really do it, but it's not consistent with who I want to live as in this lifetime.
Mhm.
It's like I have trained myself, the whole, everything I've done has built up to being able to stand just now in this moment while being afraid,
Yeah.
while having my heartbeat and feeling like, no, go hide, it's not safe.
Yeah.
You should go under a blanket right now.
It takes a lot of courage and self-empowerment to be able to step into this journey, I would say, and to be able to, like Sara was saying, to explore all your triggers, your potential wounds and hurts and doubts and insecurities, and do it in a welcoming, self-empathic way. And yeah, I can see that.
Mm. Yeah, I'm thinking also that triggers in general are also like good in a way, because it can be that someone is coming too close, then I get upset, or someone is like going over my boundaries in any way, then
Mhm.
I should be triggered. That's like very healthy, you know.
Mhm.
So, like the triggering, the activation is very good, you know.
Mhm.
To feel everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will always say that now triggers are good because they they are something. You know, we know everything is energy, and if you are triggered, then your response or your system is telling you something. But it's, and then it allows us to check, is it something, a real threat, or is it our old wounded system? And usually it's our old wounds, it's our childhood wounds that are still alive in us. So triggers are, now I love, like, in my society we are like, oh, this triggered me, I got, you triggered me, and we talk about it. We can say like, you really triggered me by doing this. Oh, I see, where did it touch you? So we are very open to talk about the triggers, and it's not anymore like, yeah, you triggered me, and go and be ashamed of yourself, or you should change. It's not, it's always like, you triggered me, thank you for the reflection, and I'm going to sit with my trigger and see what wound it touched. So
But this
we,
is so amazing. This is like owning it so fundamentally, you know.
yeah,
It's amazing. Like also it's the people that we love the most, and are, you know, the people that inspire us or we love the most. They are often the ones that have the deepest access to our triggers, and that's really fascinating. Also, you know, because it's something about the intimacy, the space of intimacy that creates the possibility for triggers. Because if we keep ourselves away, and we keep, you know, we shall we say, hold a bubble around ourselves, we protect ourselves from others, protect ourselves from the external world, we might get into a space where we hardly ever get triggered, but it doesn't mean that they're not there. So that's why it takes a lot of courage, so. And willingness to be vulnerable as a human being, and what it means to be a human.
Yes, and this is now connected to how I live today, is that when I kind of sense a trigger, I go towards it. You know, it's like, oh, giving out a book like this, that's terrible. You know, that's like really challenging. That might not work at all. You know, that might challenge me, so I can't do it. That is like a signal to me. You know, this is where my development is heading.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it's very. It's like when I feel really, when I feel sweat coming out, that's the like sign of, oh, that's where I'm going.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I really admire what you're doing, you know, because like I mentioned that I wrote I've been last few years writing like a poetry book, you know. It's a set of poems that I've written since I was maybe around 20 years old or something. So I put it all together. I've been putting it together the last few years, and it's something that's like, what I realized, it's something very vulnerable to me. But when I'm presenting the book, I've been sending it to publishers and things like that, I realized that I blocked off the vulnerability, the sensitivity to the response, as almost as if I'm an agent of myself and not myself in the process. And that's what I admire about you now, is that you are yourself in the process, open and willing to take it, you know, whatever comes your way, you know? And I admire that.
Yeah, I, the whole aim is to kind of reveal and share how it is to live in bliss. I had no idea it's possible to live in orgasmic bliss energy, you know, going on the whole time. And I had no idea about it, and I have not understood how I can share it in some way. So this is my aim, is to start to see what pieces is there that allow my body to feel this way. That's like the aim. Yeah.
Can you tell us, you talk about you had no idea it was possible to live in bliss. When did you realize
Yes.
this?
Yes. What happens is that 2008, my life partner comes with this article about a couple who are having sex daily. So he's inviting me into this game, if you like. Yeah. And I said, yes, let's try it. And all of a sudden, by this activity, my body is opening up. Yeah, so orgasms and energy flows are moving in completely like new ways. My body's feeling different. So I really don't know what's going on. So I'm looking and searching, and there I found ISTA training, for example, as one community. So I brought him with me to let's go and be and train where people talk about these things, and I understand what's going on here. Yeah, so that was one piece, and then after that I wanted more training, so I learned the armoring. So even more going like, where do all the contractions sit in my body? Yeah, and after that I went to train with tantric massage, and that's like not even going into transformation through hurt. It's going in through pleasure. So pleasure is an access into transformational, everything also. So it's really been a journey. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful to hear.
Yeah, and I don't think that my journey will be the same for anyone, whatsoever. So it's not at all about that. It's more about, whoa, what possibilities are there? I just like to share what I see as points and get inspired. I don't think that it needs to be has to be this long journey. There's not one right or wrong here. Yeah.
What I'm hearing, sorry.
It's just it's a very unique story, and unique stories are inspirational. Even though someone thinks it's ridiculous or something about it, if it touches them in this way, it touches something. Because if someone is like, I don't care, it doesn't touch, but always when it touches, in good or bad, it's like this mini trigger. So it touches something within. So even the people
sending out seeds, or
yeah. So even the people who think this is ridiculous, and I even thought like, how is it? I was telling my partner yesterday, I was telling him about this, and he said, how is it possible? He said, I would like to know how it's possible to keep good quality sex for every day if it's like an obligatory thing for 12 years. So I wasn't even gonna ask this question, but now I have. So
so I'll just answer as well as I can. Well, one piece is that if you hold it as obligatory, something bad, no fun.
yeah.
So that it can't live there, at all. How it lives for us is that we long for it. We both want it. So it's like being childish.
Yeah.
So what happens, for example, is that our conflicts become shorter. Because we can't lay down together if we're going to go into so we have to complete conflicts really quick to be able to. So it lives like as a game more. And we're both there.
Yeah.
It has happened that we have not made it, we have not completed the conflict. It has happened over the years, but it's very seldom.
Oh wow. And can I ask, you have not completed the conflict, but even had sex?
No. I mean, I would not go into like merge beautifully while in conflict. That's
okay.
No. So
okay.
We have not like been able to come close again after.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wow, you even managed, and I was like, wow, how did that happen? And I was interested in,
No. No.
Okay.
Completely, it's completely like intimacy, like allowing myself
Yeah.
to go of
Yeah.
triggers and upsets and everything, and kind of relax into now body wants to be close again, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So it's an incentive for you to create pleasure in your lives.
Yes, it's
Mhm.
yeah.
And transformation through pleasure. Is that also going back to what you said about the tantric massage? You know, is that do you feel like you're now more empowered to transform what is less pleasurable in your life
Absolutely.
by
Absolutely.
having this? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's well, also being, you know, like dwelling in pleasure, you know, just being in pleasure, just allowing myself to feel, you know, just in this moment, pleasure. It can be, you don't have to have a partner for that. You
Mhm.
know, allowing yourself to just sense and experience pleasure. It's there at all time. We just don't use so much time there. But that is what it's all about. It's like, can I allow myself more, you know, can I allow myself more pleasure? And to me, this whole project is expanding my pleasure capacity a lot. And I just have to connect to that, because the month of tantric massage training, getting 2 hours of massage every day, giving 2 hours of massage every day, it's bathing in pleasure, you know. So it completely goes beyond everything I've ever experienced about being in pleasure. Just yeah. So you know, it transforms and transforms, and it's like I didn't know this either. I had no
Mhm.
one had told me this, that it's possible to like learn, you know, pleasure expansion muscles, you know. Yeah.
So, would you, through your training,
Mm.
say that because you talked about massage not only healing through pain but through pleasure, would you say a tantric pleasure massage would be as necessary as people know normal massages to be?
Well, I don't think we should compare. Everything has its point, you know,
Yeah.
so compare in any way. But one thing that's possible to say for me personally is that the pleasure is a more attractive way than the hurt today.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to have all the hurting, you know, we can go straight into pleasure, and the growth can come through that. Yeah.
And possibly a lot of the hurt is because of the lack of pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is a shame on receiving pleasure and expressing your pleasure.
Mm.
That's a big shame in society everywhere.
Mhm.
And there's something here, it's like now talking as a massage therapist for a long time, there's a blind spot in our society because referring to your question recently, Sara, where it's like, where is massage, like tantric massage, necessary? And then I would say like the massage in general and just touch is necessary because the body is designed for touch, and that's the blind spot. You know, sometimes we don't allow ourselves to touch or be touched, but the body is designed for it. That's how we recuperate our neurochemicals in the body. We need to do it on a daily basis. We need touch on a daily basis because otherwise the neurochemicals get stuck in the body and they create stagnation. So just by touch and being touched and having massages and making love is all part of allowing the body to renew its chemistry
Yeah.
to stay alive.
And the most point in this is that We don't need anyone else for this. You know, it's beautiful to merge with someone else, but touch, use oil, not use oil to give your body, you know, touch. You don't need anyone for it. But this is not taught also. This is new. I can spend time with myself, giving myself pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
self pleasure. It can be on my sexual organs. It does not have to be my sexual organs. It can be anywhere, and it's completely, you know, pleasurable. You know, so it's like a whole realm that we can. But we're not, if we don't talk touch, if we just talk be like nice and relax with myself, we don't. Most people don't do much of that either.
Uh-huh.
Just sit with myself and relax and have a, you know, like a calm time. So we're not like programmed on our agenda. It's not so much relaxation, touch, kind of getting my pulse down. And this is the access. This is like the being in love, living in love, not having to need anyone else for that. And that's perfect in these times also, that we really don't need anyone else. The body doesn't know. If I touch myself, my body feeling it does not know if it's my hand or someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
This hand is touching, that's one experience, but the other one really don't know, it just feels touch.
It's really interesting to hear from both of you because I myself touch myself so much. I'm constantly touching my skin, constantly, always. And people have said this to me, like, þú ert svo handóð, like you have to touch everything, but I need to, I like to touch skin, so I touch my skin everywhere, so I would know if there's anywhere a pimple on my body because I have touched it. And I've always been like this with partners, but for the first time now I'm with a partner who receives it so well. So, and we just talked about it, sometimes he I just need to touch his skin. So if we're driving, I lay my hand on, if he's driving, on his neck, so I can just touch the skin. And sometimes we move just so the legs or toes touch, and he said, I just need to be in connection with your skin. So it's, yeah, I didn't know what it was, or I just, yeah. So yeah, it's, I wanted to share this connection of touch. That's always been so important for me, and I didn't know, I wasn't aware of it first. But
And
yeah,
if I connect to that, to me, it's the
yeah,
soul, you know, like the soul are separate in bodies. The soul is just longing to like merge with
yeah,
souls. And if we stretch it a little bit even more, we don't have to touch either.
exactly.
The energy, we can give ourself energy.
Mm-hmm.
We can have energy intercourse.
Yeah,
We can meet in energy, and we don't have to be close, which is really cool in Corona times.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can experience fantastic orgasmic everything by energy, which is also, I had no idea. We have like an energy body which you can be more and more and more aware of and sensitize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into a hug with someone, for me now, the most beautiful is to not even touch.
Yeah,
It's so amazing.
yeah, I agree.
No idea. It you know, it's so many levels. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's very clear for us people who work with energy, who work with massage and healing, that how the body each of us have is a limited version of us. Sometimes it feels like it's difficult to fit all this energy in this tiny little human skin bag.
It's not there. It's not inside. You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes when the body gets weak, the emotional body, I would say there's a physical emotional body and mental body and different energy layers. But sometimes when the body gets weak, the energetical body becomes more alive and more prominent.
Wow.
Which is very interesting, So, but if the body is really strong, and then sometimes it affects our receptivity to the other layers.
Oh, now I have to connect with. Are you saying that sometimes when body gets sick,
Mm-hmm.
the energy body gets activated?
No, it's always there. It just become more aware of it. It's like you can sometimes see it in old people. It's like they have, maybe the body is getting old. They're starting to get weak, but they have a very prominent energy body, which is very interesting.
Yeah, very much. I'm thinking also in this time of this pandemic, maybe the weakness is some kind of expansion in the energy, something.
Yeah, and I think we're the slowing down. We're almost forced to slow down, and sort of just like, because we're always going out there doing stuff, getting somewhere, achieving something, or whatever it is, meeting our goals. But we lost sometimes the touch with one of the most important factors, or maybe the foundation of everything, which is just receptivity. Receptivity to ourselves, to our emotions, to our intuition, to the earth, everything. And and through the receptivity, we get nervous. It's really fascinating, It's like, but we have to, sometimes be pulled out of our own mindset, but to get there, or really create the space for it.
Tell me how you are thinking when you say that receptivity supports us being nourished, how that does work.
Well, it's like because we have needs, we have all kinds of needs that are that not all of them get fulfilled by us doing something. A lot of them get fulfilled by us being willing or open to receive what we need. So when we are receptive and open, and we receive, our needs gets nourished, because we are natural beings. We're not separated from nature. So when we get in connection with nature, we fulfill a lot of needs that are built in our system, and that's how we get nourished, and that's how more aliveness, our aliveness gets rejuvenated. Interestingly enough, then we have more energy to do things. So that's how,
Beautiful.
That's how I would answer that.
And then on the pandemic matter, being sick, talking about the subject being sick in our physical body, our energetic or spiritual body is more open. We are in the great awakening now, and I really think we needed to be sick in some part needed to be sick to awaken another part.
Wow.
And that's what is happening. People are sick, and it needs for the the physical, the physical body, the one who's always running around getting more, doing more, to be sick and weak, to think, what do I really want? What am I? So this pandemic, it's just helping us to feel our inner our inner place, and to really think, to really awaken what needs to be awakened. So that connects with what Ólafur Arn was talking about. So yeah.
Wow, powerful perspective. I think that's true. It's a really interesting perspective. And I also like, you can even take it further, it's even our collective body in our society is sick to some degree. The sick, not necessarily just from where we were, we're not longer empowered in the same way we were. We are being asked to empower ourselves differently so we can actually, rise to the occasion that it is in front of us, and it's really there, it's like the earth, if we continue on the same path, the earth is, earth is never gonna die, but it's not about saving the earth, it's about saving us.
And my take on
from ourselves.
And my take on that is that we are like in continuous upgrading. So the soul, nothing is personal anyway. My soul is kind of leading the way. It's not this body, it's like the soul is there. So we have not been wiser. The soul has not been able to play in any other way, and now it's like showing itself in new, reflections and new ways. So in that way of looking at everything, everything is just positive. Everything is just evolution happening, even though it's hard feelings, and it triggers a lot, and it closes.
But that's the growing.
Yay! It becomes like a trampoline, or it's like the contraction becomes, like we have to go inside to be able to come out again in seeds or something.
That's why, like they said, like it's like part of the whole journey in the awakening process is almost like what they starting to call the awakening of the feminine, because the feminine it's in it doesn't matter if you're a male or female, it's in both. It's like, but it's the awakening of our receptive qualities, our receptive qualities that nourish us to become who we truly are.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Beautiful. Yeah, completely resonates. We will start to complete our sharing. Let's see if there are like any last words, or before we complete, anything you'd like to say to complete our
time. Well, something I noticed that I think was beautiful in the end of the chapter. You describe the feelings you have inside, and it made me aware of not having words for the feelings that and maybe I've never needed the words to describe, but it was so beautiful. You talk about like a bubbling, I don't remember, like bubbling rain or something, and it was so inspiring to make me find words for the things that are happening inside of me.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes, we kind of have to start describe.
Yeah.
The bliss, the sizzling. Here's my clock on the wall in the kitchen. Making cookies.
Yeah. And it inspired me to want to describe what goes within me, because it's a universe of its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you get that, that's fantastic. Then like mission is complete. That's my longing. That's my soul wants that.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think I wanted, you know, it was a short chapter. I would have liked reading more, you know, it was like that. Because yes, it's a perspective on yourself and your inner world, like it's a universe in and of itself, like Sara said, and it's a part of the inner world that a lot of us are still just getting to know and notice, and you know, and that being described in this way is just beautiful. It's very much aligned with what we were just talking about. So it does belong to this phase of transition that we are in, I believe. And I really believe that. So yeah, I'm proud to be a part of this, to be able to.
And it's such amazing great that it's in everyone. It's just not been noticed, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can start to kind of breathe in and, oh, do I feel it? You know, it's like allow it during the day rather than to suppress it. You know, put on a costume and, you know, so allowing it and have the sexual energy run through the body, and start to put words on how it feels and when it feels and where it feels. And this has been the journey of the book. Yeah.
Allowance.
That's a great last word. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Time and sharing and wow, wisdom. Beautiful.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.